You're sleeping peacefully until your body decides to wake up at the solemn hour of 3 a.m. You lay in your bed, thinking about what to do. Do you go ahead and fall back asleep, or do you go and get up and explore the dark abyss before your room? You think to yourself, I could use a snack and drink for real. So you stand up from your bed and you open the door. Darkness lays everywhere until you turn on a light. You head to the kitchen. The ambient noise of the fridge and the quiet winds of the outside are all you can hear. You sit at the kitchen table, thinking of what to eat. You can't help but feel eerie, and that something or someone is watching you. You slowly look into your right at the dark hallway, or your left if you prefer. Then you squint closer, trying to see what's in the dark, and then you squint closer again, and closer, and closer, until... Did I get you there? But worry not, my friend. Let me tell you something about the art of sleeping. Sleeping is an art that many, if not all of us, practice every day. And not only that, but we even spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. Isn't that wonderful? It is not only such healthy activity for us, but it's also very pleasing. One of the many great parts about sleep is the length of how long or short you can sleep for. There are a lot of things revolving around sleep that people use. Well, one of the things is that you can sleep from 1 second to around like a full day. However, it's very hard to do that. I don't know what the official record for the most hours slept is, but it's possible. And the normal amount, however, would be around 6 to 8 hours. That's how much people sleep on average. But me personally, the longest I've ever slept was around 10 to 12 hours. I say rookie numbers to the long sleepers out there. But really, I don't know how y'all can do it, because when I sleep long, I feel like I can get out of bed. It just sucks and it makes me feel like an unproductive mess. And it goes the same when you sleep for like very little short amount of time, which is like basically 1 to 4 hours. I mean, if you sleep 1 hour and you get up, like, what's the point? It just does not help, really. I'd say the best amount of sleep would be around 5 to 8 hours. And as the time of writing this message, or really recording, I received about 5 hours of sleep the other night on May 29th. Yeah, at the time of recording, it is May 29th, 4:36 p.m. So, yeah. However, no sleep at all. Otherwise, as you all may know, an all-nighter is a far different effect that most of us probably have experienced. I mean, if you haven't pulled an all-nighter, then really, what are you doing with your life? And, it basically gives you the thrill of doing more stuff. Basically, more free time. But then, let the time go by, and it hits 4 to 6 a.m. around there. And then you start feeling tired. That wave of tiredness hits you like a truck. You're like, damn, I really should have slept. You start to feel sleepy. Oh, and it's especially worse on a school night. And at that point, it's just worse to sleep than stay awake. So you just stay awake at that point. And then when you go to school, your eyes feel like anvils, heavy as shit. I mean, you can barely just feel comfortable with yourself. It just feels like a nightmare going through it. I personally wouldn't like that, but some people, they stayed awake for around more than 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But what happened to them was like they started seeing hallucinations and shit. You already know that shit. And then, if you really regret it, you're gonna be there about the time you could have slept. You're like, dang, I was on my phone, bro. Dang, or like I was on my shit or whatever. I could have slept early, but like, me, like I was being a fuck up. So I had to do this shit. And then, yeah, you have to face the consequences. And I'm pretty sure there's also a whole creepypasta about staying up, about people, an experiment, people staying up for long. It's called the Russian sleep experiment. You already know that shit, right? But y'all new gens might not know that, so I'm just saying. Let's move on from talking about how long sleep is. What about where you can sleep? I mean, obviously, we have to talk about the bed, which is low-key slept on. The bed is an obvious contender for this category. I mean, it's simple and perfect, and if you can get it right for yourself. You see, I like to sleep in a big bed, a lot of pillows, and a nice blanket near the wall. Like, I had to explain it, near the wall. I do not want to live in a bed that both sides have space. At least one side has got to be occupied by the wall. It just feels safer that way. And I don't want it too dark, right? I want there's a little bit of light. I want there to be a little bit of light, but not too dark. Because if it's too dark, yeah, I know. I have a fear of the dark.
What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
Well, not fear the dark, but that I'm alone in the dark. That I'm not alone. I'm sorry, guys. This is like a whole bunch of blabber blabber, right? You're just hooting and hollering, screaming and screaming. You already know. Anyways, yeah, I just need some sort of light source, whether it be a TV or a lamp covered by something. Yeah, that's what I'd like. There's also a few other places beside a bed that would be nice. Going back to the school idea, a school desk. I mean, we've all had our fair share of falling asleep in a school desk, right? Or at least feeling tired, putting your head down or something after a long day of like notes and shit, like just Chromebook shit. Like, you already know what I mean. So I'm not need to express my opinions on that. But another thing would be a car ride, right? You sit on the car seat in the back. You have like a 6-hour road trip, 6-hour road trip ahead of you. You ain't got a lot of shit to do, so you know you just fall back asleep and relax. That's so underrated too. All nice, and it's raining too. Yeah, the raining is just a perfect factor to be adding to this. And if there was one place that I wish I could sleep in, or at least try to, you know, I believe it would be a nice tropical beach, right on the sand. At nighttime, by the way, where the moon is sad, the moon is bright, sad. There's just a nice vibe behind me, just a bunch of buildings and hotels. There's this like ambient noise of people. It's just so peaceful. But well, you get the idea. What do you guys think? If you guys let me guys write. You guys write below what you want to sleep in, like, or where would you want to sleep in? Just let me know your opinions in the chat. Moving on, we talked about all that stuff, but there's a specific part of sleeping that makes sleeping. Of course, that is dreaming. We've all dreamt before, right? Yeah. I mean, dreaming. Like, there is nothing wrong with dreaming. However, except that you may have nightmares. We all had nightmares. We all had dreams. There's some people that don't have dreams, which is kind of crazy to me. They just sleep and wake up, like just like with the snap of a finger. That person could never do that. I like my dreams. I have a lot of good dreams, and I've had a lot of nightmares too. Let me tell you about one of my nightmares though. So I'd say this was around back like 2012, 2013, 2014. By the way, I'm an 09er, 2009, proud and happy. Yes, I'm 16 right now, but it was May 12. And I'm gonna lie, you know, it was around there, and I fell asleep. And then you know what? I woke up to a laptop in the middle of the room that I slept in back in Brazil, and it was a laptop, and it had a password that I had to guess. 3 tries. First try, I failed. Second try, I failed. And the third time, I failed. Now, it didn't specifically say what happens if I failed all those 3 tries, but well, I soon found out. I stood there and I felt, and like when I failed all the 3 passwords, there was like a creepy face on the computer, like on the password. It was just like a creepy, eerie feeling down my neck. It was like I knew inevitable doom was coming to me, and I couldn't do anything about it except just wait for it. And then after waiting for a couple seconds, I saw this huge black monster at the corner of the room, and I was terrified. Believe me, I was terrified. If there's like a perfect drawing I could do, this would be it. What you're seeing on screen right now, this would probably be it. But other than that, after I woke up, after it came at me, it was so quiet too. It was like not loud monster, just so quiet. And like I woke up in a cold sweat. And obviously there are more nightmares and dreams that I had. If there's a dream I would like to tell you is it's kind of it's not really a dream, but like it's better than all the others. Like, so there was this huge spider. We were in the sink, and we were like Lego or Roblox characters. We were really small, and there was a huge spider in the sink, and we were like battling this shit with bazookas and RPGs, swords and all that shit. It was kind of fire though. It was like full-on out war. People died and shit, but like, you know, they just broke up the Legos and shit, but we still fixed them up in the end. But it was low-key fire. I like that dream. But outside of you know, the dreaming thing It obviously adds to the sleeping experience. All the people I know that love sleeping love it because they can create their own realities inside those dreams. And there's one more topic I'd like to say about this before just close it off. Are lucid dreams. I mean, dang. Lucid dreams? You ever really thought about those? Like, lucid dreams are just like you can control your own world inside your own world, but it's so hard to maintain. You've got to master the idea. You got to be so used to it that you can just do it anytime, anywhere. But then again, having a lucid dream can also return results. That's the thing. Which is called sleep paralysis. And I wouldn't want sleep paralysis. Sorry if my mic cuts out of here right now. I just like heard a noise in the background and like I'm kind of scared. But sleep paralysis is like one of like the creepiest things that I hope never happens. Let's just say if you sleep straight, facing up, no moving, doing like military breathing, you have a chance to wake up and your body's paralyzed, and anything that comes into your head can look like it's real. Well, if that happens, I'm gonna try my best to not think it's real. I'm gonna try my best to not think of scary stuff, if you know what I mean. Okay, let me stop being goofy. But anyways, thank you guys for participating in my TED talk about sleeping. And as always, if you want more content like this, let me know down below and like the like button. Okay, but I really not like this. I'm not this annoying, but I just thought I'd make a conversation about this. Anyways, peace out, homeboys. Tomorrow's another day. Damn. What is up with my voice today? Goodbye.